That one's pretty good.
I've had an attorney throw a chair.
Whole bended right arm.
Really not crying.
That is probably the hottest wing I've ever had.
That one's really terrible.
Is this gonna burn forever?
There's an awful lot of heavy breathing going on.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Gus Sara. I'm an attorney, a subrogation attorney at White & Williams, and I'm here with the Genesis Forensics family in their wonderful facility in Sutton, Massachusetts. Please guys, introduce yourselves.
Mike Stoddard, Jeremiah Pratt,
Christopher Reese,
Bob Silver.
Okay, so today we're going to get to know the crew here at Genesis Forensics and discuss interesting aspects of forensic investigations and expert support, which is what you guys do. We're also going to have this amazing discussion while doing the Hot Ones Challenge. Yes, that's right. We're going to honor one of the best shows of our generation, Hot Ones, by trying all the wing sauces from season 22 of the show. Wish us luck. Before we get started, we just want to say to everyone viewing that we're not condoning that you try this at home. We actually have a paramedic with us today to be on the safe side because some of these hot sauces are no joke, so please proceed with caution. You guys want to dive into the first wing? All right. The first one is the buffalo hot sauce. I'm hoping these were aligned correctly. Oh, wow. That's great.
Wow, that's number one. That's number one.
That's not, that's great. You're in for a ride. Bob.
Yes.
You have 30 plus years experience in fire service, is that correct?
I do, yes. I got involved in the fire service back in 1990. I worked my way through the ranks. I am currently Deputy Chief Millbury. I was lucky enough to get involved with fire investigation, I believe 2012, went to the National Fire Academy. I started the District 7 FIU unit. Doing both the public and the privates is quite different. On the public side, it's more or less, is it accidental, possible arson, and the difference with the private side is we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the actual cause of the fire.
And how was that transition for you?
It's difficult because I actually still do both. So I kind of have to shut myself off on the public side.
Right.
When I get to a certain point, it's like, okay, the insurance guys have to do this now.
Right, right. Do you feel like you've become more conscious of evidence preservation on the public side?
Absolutely. I rip my hair out because my guys tend to rip things apart now and trying to teach them that.
So they call it overhaul during extinguishing efforts.
Actually,
sometimes they overhaul.
Overhauling, yes, exactly.
Right, but sometimes it seems like the firefighters are just kind of trying to vent.
Yes, in more ways than one.
Right, right. It is a thin line of trying to make sure there isn't a rekindle, right?
Yes.
But also,
Right.
being conscious of a subsequent investigation.
Yes.
Right. Chris, you have an electrical engineering degree.
Correct.
And a PhD in bioinformatics, which is something I've never heard before. Can you explain what that means and how'd you get from there to here?
Sure. So please call me Dr. Reese for the rest.
Yes, doctor. Say less.
No, in a group of nerds, I am one of them. I was a professional student for a long time. Went to Virginia Tech, did my undergraduate degree there, electrical and computer engineering, which we can get into more later. But
Or not.
Or not.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Did a master's in bioinformatics. So bioinformatics is the combination of biology and computer science. So using computers to solve biological problems, the human genome, things like that.
Oh,
And then
oh
went on
sure,
to do
of course.
that thing.
Okay, you ready to delve into two before we get into the rock stars here?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Okay. This is the Angry Goat, blistered shishito and garlic. Why do they have to add blistered? Oh, that's good. Okay, Jeremiah, can you explain what you do, what your background is?
I've got a kind of a unique background. I've been firefighter since 1996. Went to college for electrical engineering. I've been on the fire department the whole time. And so I'm able to combine those two things together. Fire investigation using a lot of experience from fire service as well as all the education and training from electrical engineering.
Okay, and you're a co-founder of Genesis Forensics, right?
Correct.
little minor detail you left out there.
Managing partner.
A humble man you are. Okay, Mike, you've been in this gig for 22 to 23 years, correct?
Yeah, long time.
You want to explain to the millions of people watching what you do?
So actually, I went to school for fire investigation. I was a volunteer fireman here in Massachusetts and thought I wanted to be a firefighter, but got convinced to go to school for an actual degree in fire investigation, Bachelor of Science. So I got a bachelor's and also an associate's in criminal justice too when I was at University of New Haven. Plug my original alma mater. Fire investigation at that point in time was really still in development in terms of the science and pushing forward the science. Prior to that, it was very much a bunch of retired firefighters and police officers, at least in the private industry. So I was happy to get in on the ground floor. And once I got in, I started working right in the private industry. I worked for another small firm around here in central Massachusetts. Just immediately knew it was the job for me. So gone back, got a degree in electromechanical technology. More recently, got my master's in safety engineering, and all of those things have just helped me through this career in conjunction with some of my fire experience, firefighting, and understanding how fire behaves and everything.
All right, are we ready to delve into third wing?
I think so.
Okay, so Pesquea, spicy sweet passion fruit. That sounds very deceiving. Yeah. No need for the paramedic yet. The field of forensic engineering and private origin and cause investigation is somewhat of a niche field. In fact, some engineers that I have spoken to over the years were not even aware that the line of work existed. How and why you got into the field of forensic engineering and origin and cause investigation?
I fell into doing forensic engineering. Sure, I worked for 13 years in industry, electrical engineer, worked for some Department of Defense companies, medical device companies. During a particular fire scene one day, ran into state fire marshals, kind of clued me in that this was a job that I could have, this was the path that I could go down. At Mike, at where we used to work, and just been doing it from there.
So you guys are like besties forever kind of thing? Nice, nice. And you also look alike, which is weird.
We both got the bald thing going.
And how about you, Chris?
Bought a house with my wife and ended up hitting it off with my contractor. And it turned out that contractor was best friends with Jeremiah. And it turns out he's also our vehicle investigation guy. So really liked it. Thought it was a good fit for me. Get to use my hands, do a lot of digging, get dirty, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He just likes to get dirty.
I do, yeah. I know.
Like, stop rolling in the mud.
But that was a good inkling for us that he was the right fit for this company, for Genesis Forensics. Because
Yeah, you guys are very hands-on.
You gotta be able to get in the trenches and dig around.
You guys are certainly always kind of taking charge at the scenes, which is why I consider you guys to be rock stars in your field. But shall we delve into the fourth wing?
Let's keep
I was just
this
so
train
into
rolling.
the conversation. Okay, so we're doing Los Calientes barbacoa, right? That may have been my favorite one so far.
Getting a little bit of heat.
A good portion of the losses that you guys investigate end up in litigation, right? At some point, if it ends up in litigation, you guys are designated as expert witnesses. How do you guys perceive and how do you handle that?
Like I said, it's very intimidating. When you're on the stand in front of all these people looking at you and expecting the right answers.
Right,
You know.
right. Or a deposition where you have a pretty aggressive attorney
Right,
grilling you, perhaps me one day.
Yes.
I'm in a similar position as Bob. I have not yet been to court either.
Okay.
Been working on some reports and things like that, and these guys have a whole plan to bring us along slowly with mock depositions and things like that. So
Right.
I feel like when I get there, I'll be well prepared and ready for it.
But what it really comes down to is if you know your case, if you've done your analysis, and you go into the deposition and you just tell the facts the way the facts are, you start to build a confidence in yourself, and it starts to become a calmer and easier, thing to do.
So for me personally, I think I'm 40 47 depositions, like 5 trials.
Wow.
Over my 23 years. I actually like depositions now. The first few times, like, you get really nervous, right? You're just like sweating.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I mean, sweating more than these wings are so
Yeah.
far, but we'll see how they go at the end. Having confidence in your what you're going to be talking about and being prepared. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is knowing the case that you're going to be testifying on. I kind of like the
40
process.
plus
now.
depositions?
Yeah, I think it's 47 or 48.
Wow, you look great for 80.
I think depositions are kind of like doing the wings in reverse order.
Right.
You get the worst one first,
Yes.
and then as you get more and more depositions, they become easier and easier.
All right, ready to get on to, what is this? We're at 5. Diablo, the power jab. Yeah? Okay, let's do it. We're getting into tough territory. Not bad. For Mike and Jeremiah, who have been deposed before, do you have any particular experience that comes to mind?
I don't mind that if attorney is getting wound up on the other side because I feel like I'm doing a better job. If I'm getting them to like get frazzled or like stand up and lean across the table, of course, I mean, I've had attorney throw a chair. I've had depositions full stop because of like one thing that I testified about that they didn't like, that they're like, no, we're ending this deposition. We're gonna
File a motion.
and you attorneys sometimes go at it back and forth, and we're like the experts, just like sitting at the table. We're like,
Yeah.
it feels like your parents are fighting.
Yeah, no, it's a very unnatural environment. That's why, like you said, it takes some getting used to. In the field of subrogation, the deposition is where the magic happens. It's like where the case kind of comes to a culmination, and the strength of the depositions and how the expert performs can dictate how the case resolves. All right, we ready to get into, are we 6? Number 6 here?
6.
Marshalls. Whiskey smoked goat. I'm starting to get very scared because that last one was
Yeah, that last one just jump.
yeah.
It was like meh, okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
It kind of bullied me a little
Yeah.
bit.
Good. I mean, it was tasty. But
Really good. Oh, this is delicious. Whiskey smoked ghost.
Oh, ghost.
Yeah. The goat's coming. Delving into some uncomfortable territory here. What are the biggest challenges with respect to dealing with clients?
The biggest thing for me is just to be totally upfront with the client, and if the case isn't looking good for whatever reason, then just be upfront about that and
Yeah.
have an honest discussion about the facts and where things are and,
Yeah.
and where to go from here.
What's impressed me so far just coming in is it's a group effort. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
never, I don't feel like I'm being left out on an island like, okay, this is what you did. This was your case.
Yeah.
If I'm unsure about something or if I need to verify something, like I said, it's been a great experience.
It's something that makes Genesis a little bit more unique, is that we are all here, we all work together on cases as a group, bounce things off of each other. The client that wants to micromanage the case, the client that wants to keep all the information to themselves or wants to filter you little bits of information, those are the most difficult clients to deal with, because like I know my lane, we know our lane, we know our job, and we know what information is going to be important, and we know how not to use the information. But if you don't give me everything, I can't give you the best product that I can.
Yeah.
So for me, that's really the hardest client to work with.
We try to estimate everything, try to give them a realistic opinion of where the case is going to go, what we need to do to get there.
Yeah.
And then I would say, by and large, our clients are really good about understanding that. When we go out and we do initial scene exam, we might call you and say, all right, Gus, here's what we have.
Yeah.
These are my initial thoughts, and then we can decide together, me, you, and the claims person, or whatever,
Yeah.
to where we're going to go with that.
For me as well, if you're going to grill me on the hard questions and I'm working for you and I have the answers, then we know we've got a good case and we've really got somewhere to go. If you're going to grill me on these questions and I don't have the answers yet, but I can get them, then
Yeah.
we know we've got some more work to do. If you grill me on these questions and I don't have the answers,
Yeah.
maybe I'm stepping outside my lane.
My face is on fire, by the way.
It's getting there, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving on to the 7th wing, 7th sauce, ginger goat, Tropic Star, 110,000 SHUs. Oh, that's vinaigrette based. I don't like that.
Tastes kind of cool.
I'm not 100% sure I can taste it.
Have you gone numb?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
I think you alluded to it, that you guys do work for both claimants / plaintiffs and defendants, or I guess perceived targets. I want to ask you what side you prefer, but I don't think that's a fair question, so I won't, unless you want to answer it.
I'll answer that question.
Okay.
I have no problem.
The wings are getting to you. You're a little beside yourself.
I get a little glisten. I got a little glisten going here. I really like the first party aspect of it. I really like the subrogation aspect of it.
You're just saying that.
That's the harder puzzle that you really need to find the answer to and try to put together that as much of that puzzle as you can without all the pieces. However, you can only do so much of that and do a good job on that. So you really need the defense side of things, because on defense side, you're still trying to put together enough of the pieces for your client.
Yeah.
But on the first party side, you're trying to put together as many of the pieces for the entire case as you can.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I'm your favorite client. I mean, that's kind of what the purpose of the question was.
I mean, we're
That's why
recording
you're
this, so I don't know if I want to admit that on camera, but
On that note, we're ready to move on to the star of the show, the bomb.
I don't know if it's going to be the star, but we'll see.
This is the one.
This is Wing Sauce 8, the bomb evolution. Be careful, don't touch your eyes. This stuff is toxic. Oh, that is not good.
Not good.
Oh, instantaneously. Oh, man.
Not awesome.
That
It's
is,
got that really bitter pepper flavor.
tastes like paint thinner.
Tastes a little bit like Satan's butthole.
Something,
Oh my
something
God,
close.
that is horrible.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
I know. I don't know why I feel the need to eat this. I guess I need to get a clean plater. Oh, yeah. It's starting to burn.
Separating the public side from the private side.
Oh, it gets gradually worse.
Yes.
It's like in my throat.
I'm really not crying.
I can't talk.
It hurts. That is probably the hottest wing I've ever had.
Wow.
So, how do you find working with other experts in the industry? I'm crying.
Tears are coming.
Yeah,
It's not because I'm scared of other experts. It's the hot sauce.
It's gonna be a lot of sounds of everybody just
I'm just
breathing, and
I feel like the breathing might help.
that one's really terrible.
That went from like, I think this isn't pretty.
That went
this is
from
pretty
0 to
good,
10.
and then to like,
We are all fire investigators as well as engineers, so we can do this job start to finish. We can do the origin, we can do the cause, we can do the depositions, we can do the court testimony. There's a give and a take for a client sometimes with whether you want to divide those roles and have someone do an origin and then somebody else do engineering. For us, we really want to do the full boat from start to finish because we know our process and we know we're going to do a good job on the origin first and then do a good job on the engineering. But you are running that risk of, the other side gunning for you because there is a way to weaponize the fact that you only have one expert, right? If that other side can take that one expert out, then that case is going to be done.
Anything to add? You got quiet over there, Mike. Couldn't shut you up a minute ago.
it's left me speechless for once. It's not much that can do that in this world.
Should bring this sauce around more often.
Being straightforward, being hardworking is us for our model. We're not afraid to dig in and get dirty.
Yeah.
Help shovel, help sift, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That goes a long way to fostering good relationships with, at least with the people we get to deal with all the time.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a very cooperative.
Is this gonna burn forever?
I think so. Yeah.
It goes away, right?
I kind of want to almost eat the next one
Yeah,
just to
let's-
see if I can get rid of this awful
Let's
taste.
move on to Dawson's hot sauce. Sauce 9. Zuzu's 7 pot. Whew.
On the bomb, I ate the whole wing at once, and I think this one I might just go bite by bite.
No, all at once. Get it over and done with.
I don't know.
Whole banded right off.
Tastes better.
This one actually tastes good. Who's your favorite colleague?
Who is my favorite colleague?
I'm half kidding. You don't have to answer that,
Right.
but
To be honest with you, I
we don't want this turning
Me-
into a post chicken wing brawl.
no.
So we don't
Being-
really have to answer that.
Being from the majority of my career, to this point, on the public side, I have seen very different ranges of quality. This is my first introduction to the private side, and I'm blown away at quality, the knowledge, even just the training, the learning I'm getting with this group right here has been amazing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm going to say Susie for the record.
Yes. That's a smart move.
That's the unanimous answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
She cuts the checks, right?
Yes. But this group right here is just amazing.
Yeah.
I'll put a vote in for Ava, the golden retriever, who I share a desk with and most of my lunches
that
with.
was a safe vote.
Yeah. No offense to the rest of you guys.
Too.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah and Susie have 2 dogs now, Ava and a new puppy, and we have a very dog-friendly environment here. And every time I come in, Chris is like, he's got the dog at his feet, Ava at his feet, and the puppy in his lap. And I'm like, you're like the Caesar Milan of Genesis Forensics.
Whose idea was it for the Christmas cartoon promotion? And did someone get fired for that? Why is it that you guys are so into creative marketing?
Well, I got to kick that one. Out to the one of us full time that's not sitting here at the table. Wow. Yeah. So Susie, my wife, Susie runs Genesis Forensics. She does everything that has to do with the office. Does all the business stuff, and she does all the marketing, and she comes up with these fantastic marketing ideas. So that's all I can say about that.
Thanks for that.
We like to showcase our personalities. I think it's important.
All right, shall we delve into the 10th wing? On the show, typically you add additional sauce to the sauce that's already on there. Just a dab. Oh, there's no like.
Dab, true dab, yeah.
Separating the men from the boys, right? Here we go. We last dab.
Ready?
It just looks painful.
It's not very good.
No. That is a horrible taste.
Oops.
8 was definitely worse.
Yeah.
This is pretty hot.
This is hot, but this actually tastes like a hot sauce, just not one of my liking.
It's an awful lot of heavy breathing going on around here.
Can I get some water?
Man.
I'll try this out.
Do not try this at home. Well, I found this very fun, educational, and I really love you guys.
I could tell. You're crying.
This was we're brothers for life now.
We've done the thing.
We've
We
survived
made it
it.
through all 10. I'd like to thank Gus for all of our antics here in putting up with this and being our excellent host today. Gus,
You
it was
guys were the
to-
great host. I was just the magnificent interviewer. And on that note, I think we're over and out.
Did it. Success.
Dude.